my normal people in here early. We got Katatu, we got Marvin, Jamie. Good to see you again since this morning and yesterday on the live streams we did on Patreon. That was fun. I hope everybody is doing well. Everybody's having a good Monday, my dudes, because y'all, it's Monday, my dudes. It's been a week since we saw each other here. The last time we did a live stream together was literally from the middle of the Gulf of Mexico on a cruise ship with a lot of people around me and the whole family in the background. That was a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully your weekend has gone well. Here's what I figured out. I don't know if you can see behind me, but how do I point? There we go. That is not champagne. Turns out I didn't plan ahead and I don't have any champagne today. What I have today is hopefully not going to taste like ass in a glass. Basically, it's a Woodbridge Robert Mondavi, but listen, I don't like wine, but sparkling infusions sweet peach. I was like, all right, I'm going to try this and see how this works out. So this is going to take me forever and a day to open. So we'll just go ahead and start trying to do that while we talk to each other. So for those of you who don't know, which I doubt any of you aren't aware because we're Squirrel Tribe family over here and we know everything. I was on a cruise last week with the family and I don't know that I liked it. Listen, I liked being with my family, but I'm not sure how I felt about the entire cruise itself. Let me just say that right now, the things that are going on with cruise ships is a little ridiculous. Before I tell you about how I feel about my cruise, I'm trying to get everything open and read the comments and so glad that bag says Ulta and not Timo. Yeah. So listen, there was, I don't know if it's still there. There was a cruise ship, a Carnival cruise ship. We took Carnival out of Tampa. Okay. And then a couple days ago, like 2 days ago, there was a cruise ship, a Carnival cruise ship who was stuck out at sea. Technically, they weren't able to go into port in Miami because there was like a ferry boat accident and I think people died. And then like a boat sunk. Let's see, hold on. So I pulled it up because I want to make sure I got this right. It says, we're stuck. Passengers react after Port of Miami closed by deadly Fisher Island ferry boat crash. Okay, so that's what I thought. There was a crash and now the people on the cruise ship were stuck out at sea. And let me just tell you, if my cruise ship had been stuck out at sea, I would have had to call in like air flight. I would have had to call G.I. Justin and been like, hey, G.I. Justin, he's on YouTube, by the way, if you haven't checked him out. He used to fly helicopters for the Army. I'd have to call G.I. Justin and be like, I'm going to need a night raid to get me out of here stealthily. Don't let everybody know it's happening because then everybody's going to want off the boat. But come pick me up and get me the hell off this boat. It wasn't awful. But it wasn't great. So I'm just going to put it to you like that. Now we got to find a way. Look, it's got this mamma jamma again. This is going to be interesting. Oh, I have a napkin or a rag. Ta-da! Hold on. I like to hide things in weird places. Y'all, pray for me. Because the last time... No? Okay. Okay. So wait. No, if it did that, then it has to be a champagne then, right? Because wine doesn't have a cork, right? No, wine has a cork, but not like that. It's got the kind down in it where you have to use that little jammy thing. So this is, what is this? Line of sparkling infusions. So it's still a majiggy, a champagne, right? Look, I need this today. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and pour this. This is a very early one, but mama needs it, so it's fine. Okay, let's see if it fizzes up. No, it's totally a champagne. Look, because it's bubbly. Don't overflow. Hey, it smells really good. Oh, it smells really, really good. Okay. So it's not wine. So I'm excited already because it's not wine. But it's definitely going to have more sugar and stuff in it than my regular champagne. But I'm not adding juice, so we'll call it a trade-off, right? Good trade-off. Listen, let's go ahead and do this, y'all. If you're here and you've got a drink, again, water, pink drink, coffee, maple syrup, Marvin, a.k.a. Marvin, do you call it maple syrup because it's bourbon or because it's scotch or because it's whiskey? Like bourbon. I think you do it for bourbon. So whatever you have, what you do right now is you hold it up and we say, here is to the last weekend, but mainly here is to the coming week. And hopefully everybody has a great week. Every day is a good day. There's something positive in every single day. And if there's not something positive, go find something positive. Be that positive something for somebody else if you can be. So cheers to the coming week, my dudes. Oh, that's good. Oh, hey. Oh, hey, that's tasty, y'all. No, I can do this. I can do whatever this is. I need to see. I was trying to read all these comments because I saw the one that says, I love you, but I can guarantee that you do not know the truth about everything. Sweetheart, nobody does. So there's that. I know I don't know everything, but I'm going to fake it till I make it. How about that? Listen. Okay, let's go. Let's talk about what happened on this cruise ship. Let me talk to you about what happened on this cruise ship. Let me give you a little TMI real quick first, because that's my fun thing to do. TMI, as a female, there's certain times where you don't want to be in the water. And I, unfortunately, was on that time while we were on the cruise. So not only was I a little bitchy because of PMS, but being that time of the month also made me a little dizzy all on its own. And then you add into the fact that I'm on a boat doing this like all freaking day long. And then you add in the fact that I was always hungry, but then like not hungry at the same time. And then I couldn't decide if I wanted to stand in line for the food on the cruise ship. Because listen, let me tell you to this. Rage Against the Machine. You're generally a very nice person, but I'm going to need you to tone down whatever you just did there and don't do that again. Thank you. Where was I? Okay, so the cruise ship. So I was nervous getting on this cruise ship. If you guys are watching Squirrel Tribe Life, where we have the family videos up, you'll understand a little bit better because you'll get to see firsthand exactly how I felt while on the cruise ship. But we're going to talk about it today because a lot of you are like, hey, are you okay? Did you make it back okay? Like, whatever. And I want to tell you, yes, we made it back okay. And I was fine. Technically, I was fine. But I don't know that another cruise is in my future. And here's why. There's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons. But the main one is people are gross. Okay? I'm going to put it to you like that. People are freaking gross. And when you book a cruise, you think to yourself, this is going to be relaxing and enjoyable. We'll hang out on that deck where the pool is. We'll hang out in the pool. We'll have some good drinks. We'll have conversation with people. Y'all, the cruise ship had one pool, okay? One pool, and it was the size of my bathtub if I had a bathtub. I don't have a bathtub. My kid has a bathtub. It was the size of a bathtub. And then it had a little divider in it for like little children, I assume, and then non-little children. But here's the thing. The only people in this pool were the same people who were probably peeing in the pool because they were not going to get out to go find a bathroom because there wasn't a bathroom like near the cruise. But there was a lot of places selling alcohol near the cruise, near the pool, not the cruise, near the pool. And the people that were at the pool were, how do I put this nicely? The people who were at the pool weren't like the family people. You know what I'm saying? They weren't like the family style people. And I didn't really want to subject my daughter to that pool. I'm sure everybody in there was lovely. There were a lot of little children in there. And there were a lot of parents of little children in there or not watching their kids. I don't know. I didn't like the pool. Plain and simple, I didn't like the pool. And I was upset that there was only one pool. I thought for a big ass freaking boat that has 14 levels and thousands of people on it, they would have more than a pool, like this one pool, just one pool. And it was in the blazing sun. I took 2 books. I was like, listen, I'm going to go through 2 books while I'm here because I'm going to sit by this pool and I'm going to hang out and I'm going to read my book. And no, the only place I read my book was in my cabin while I was trying not to vomit because the boat was doing this. So it was not a good look. I did not like the pool area. We never sat in the pool. I did not get any sun except for on our catamaran thing to Cozumel. I got some sun, but any other time we were inside because it was either so incredibly windy that my hair turned into like a bird's nest, or it was just too many people. And the only place that was like open was the pool area. And This is how stupid this is. Let me explain to you how stupid this boat is. How stupid this boat, so many reasons this boat was stupid, but let me give you the main one. So the main one is you could not take in, when you got on the boat, you could not have a flat iron. You could not have an iron. You couldn't take on your hair dryer. You could not take anything on the boat that was basically power and could get hot, all right? Because they didn't want you to burn the boat down. Makes sense. You know what doesn't make sense? You can bring your lighter on board so you can light your cigarette. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed here, but I'm pretty sure that a flame is going to start a fire much faster than my hair dryer or my flat iron that's sitting on a sink or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? So you're allowed to bring lighters on board so you can smoke your cigarette. Also, if you're a dumbass and you flick your cigarette somewhere, you could easily set the boat on fire with your cigarette, but I can't bring my flat iron. I didn't understand that. The other problem, here was the other problem. And for those of you who smoke, listen, I used to, I get it. You do what you want to do. Now that I don't, you know, it's been a very long time since I did, but now that I don't, I look back on it and I go, man, not my smartest choices. But here's the thing. The only smoking areas for the boat were next to the pool. Like, the hell for? Can you explain why that's where you want everybody smoking, is right next to the pool where the little kids are swimming? I'm just saying, it didn't make any sense to me. I'm glad they didn't allow it like inside, except for, oh no, sorry. They allowed it in the casino, in the boat. And I don't understand that either. So I don't know. Oh, AM, I don't give two shits if I have your respect or not. Ew, sorry. We'll go ahead and get rid of you real quick because you're annoying. Sorry about, I don't understand, like that person, whatever. Where was I? The boat. Oh yes, the boat. I don't understand putting the smoking section right next to the pool where the children are. In the casino, you know, that makes sense. You want people to go in there and play, right? But a lot of the group activities were held in the casino also. So it's like, why is this where we're doing this also? Like where the children are? Because they did like trivia games and stuff inside the casino. So you have like newborn babies and 2-year-olds and 5-year-olds guessing Disney songs next to the person sitting at the slot machine smoking a cigarette. I don't understand that. See, Michelle Smith says, I smoke but will not smoke around children. And I respect the crap out of that, just so you know. Like, to me, if you want to do certain things to yourself, do it, but don't make other people have to be part of it. You know what I mean? That's my thought process. Now, when I first started smoking when I was younger, that wasn't my thought process because I thought I was cooler than shit. And I was like, look what I can do. Yeah, I've outgrown that part. But I think that some people do it just because they think it's cool and other people don't really care. Let's get real. Do they really care about kids? Some people do, some people don't. Who brings a newborn on a cruise? Few people. A few people bring, the same ones who bring them to the movies, to 11 o'clock movie, to a scary 11 o'clock movie at night, brings the newborn on a Friday or a Saturday. There's things I will never understand, but that's fine. Listen. This is really tasty. This is really tasty. Hold on. Now, my champagne has a nice amount of, contains sulfites. Yeah, so this is going to give me a massive headache later. 11% alcohol by volume. Here's what I've learned. This is not boat related, but here's what I've learned. I would much rather have a mimosa or something like this. One, because it's cheaper than a mixed drink. And two, it does a lot better for me. Like, all I need is 2 drinks and I'm like, hee hee, and then we're done. And it's less calories, less money, much easier to do. Anyway, where are we going here? A night at the Improv. I don't know what's happening with the comments. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you guys. I just want to look at the comments and see what's happening. EJ Doug said, not having my flat iron would have made me walk away. My hair stayed in a bun. Like, y'all are lucky it's down today. Like, I washed it and dried it yesterday. Listen, I washed and dried it yesterday, and then at 4:30 this morning, the world's biggest storm came through, and at 4:30 we had to open up the balcony door, and I had to brace myself against it to hold it in place because it was 60-mile-an-hour winds, so that we could bring in patio furniture from outside to inside at 4:30 in the morning. So my hair got a little wet, so it's already getting a little squirrely, a little puffy, but it's not that bad. Back to the cruise ship. So listen, I wore the C-bands. I've told you guys before that I am like the most motion sickness prone person you'll ever meet. And I didn't used to be that way. Jamie and I were talking about it on the Patreon live stream this morning. Was it last night, Jamie, or this morning? Maybe it was last night. that we were talking about she also has motion sickness from injury that she had to her head, a concussion at one point. And I got mine. I started last night. Thanks, Jamie. I got my motion sickness started really after I was in a really bad motorcycle accident years and years and years and years ago, because I had a skull fracture. And I think that that has a lot to do with a lot of stuff lately, honestly, but with my motion sickness. And with the cruise, I was worried about doing like the patch. You know, you can get the patch that you can put back here, or you can take medicine. Well, I can't take Dramamine because it has ginger in it, and ginger will immediately make bad things happen to both ends. Like, again, TMI, but don't give me ginger. Horrible, horrible idea. So I can't take Dramamine. I was worried about doing the patch because I know the patch is supposed to help a lot of people, but some people it also makes them sick. Like it makes them like vomit and stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't want to vomit. That doesn't help me at all. So when we go out on the boats here, I wear the C bands, those little bands. They're literally $8 and some change at Walmart, Target, probably like $12 at CVS or Walgreens, because they'll ream you over or bend you over and ream you for whatever you buy there. But there are these little gray bands that you put them on and you count 3 fingers down, and then it puts the pressure. There's like a little ball for the pressure point right here. And $8 and change, I wore those for 5 days straight, never, ever got sick, never threw up, never felt like I was going to throw up. However, the boat still did this thing. I don't know why it did this thing. And I don't know why these boats haven't figured out how to not do this thing, but it would do this thing while it was going, where it felt like it was going like this, like slow wave. And I noticed it only did like that when they were going really slow, right? Really slow, it would do this thing. When it went faster, it wasn't nearly as bad. So when it would go slow, it would, and when you're walking down the hall, you just find yourself like you're like your little drunk midget. You're just running into walls and stuff. And so the bands make her dance, but the bands helped me not like get dizzy and vomity, but my brain still could not work through this thing here. I couldn't get my brain to go, listen, you're not moving. It's fine. You're fine. Don't get dizzy. Don't get whatever. So I had to leave like all the festivities, like every single night, because it seemed at night is when it would do it. And I'd have to go back down to our cabin and just sit there and like I would lay down and lay tilted up so that I could be in a centralized spot on the bed, and I would watch the TV. And I had to close one of the curtains because we had a balcony so that we could see out. I was like, listen, if I start to get some sort of motion sickness, I need that breeze. I need the air. So we paid a little extra to have a balcony just for the what if, or the in case factor, if you will. So we had this balcony and we're on the 5th floor, and I tried to get in the middle of the boat because they said if you're on the 5th floor middle, you won't get nearly as dizzy, which I believe worked well. My mom and my mother-in-law were on the 7th floor, and that floor I felt worse. But when I got down to the 5th floor, I was much better. So but I had to close one of the curtains anytime I was down there, because if I could see the water, because my room on the way there was facing the bed was facing the wrong direction. Like the water was going this way and we were going the other way. So it threw me off every time. So I'd have to shut the curtains, but it worked. Okay. So I'd either have to sit up and angled, or I'd have to lay on my left side. So for 5 days and 5 nights, I laid on my left side, and I made, poor man, the man and the kid, because they love me, they did what was necessary. I had to leave the bathroom light on. The room could not be dark at night, because if I woke up in the middle of the night, I needed to be able to see, because if it had been dark and doing this, that probably would have ended horribly. Also, my daily wear contacts stayed in my face for 5 days, just so we know. I was like, I'm not even going to take these out, because if I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't see, bad things are going to happen also. So I kept my contacts in for way too long. We slept the light on every single night. I never really did look out the window. I would go out on the balcony a little bit, but the window, I couldn't do it with the water rushing by and me facing the other way. It was a no-go. Now the food on the boat was actually really, really good, but I was not a fan of the buffet situation. And I want to say, since C19 or whatever else, that the whole idea of a buffet is kind of gross, but I didn't love it before that. Like I used to go to Golden Corral when I was younger. I go to Ryan's. If you know what Ryan's is, it's better than Golden Corral. Used to go to these buffets and never really think about it younger. Now that I'm older and I have a tendency to people watch a lot more, I see the guys who stand in line, and fellas, you do it. For some reason, you grab your weenie and like mess with it. I don't know why y'all do that. Y'all readjust things, you like itch it. I don't know what you guys are doing. I honestly have no idea. But too many men touch their junk and then go pick up some tongs to get some food off a buffet. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good. I don't really want to do any of that. And then you see people standing in line and you've got somebody caressing the person in front of them. And I'm like, I can see how sweaty her back is from here. Y'all just came from the pool. So you got kid pee pool water on your back. You're sweating it. The man is touching all of you. And then he's going to hold the spoon and then put it back in there. And then the next person that comes up, their hands are clean. They cleaned them on the way in. Now they're touching your sweat pee. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. The only place I got food from was the one where they made the sandwiches for you. I didn't have to touch anything. I just walked up and I said, I'll take a tuna melt, please, with this stuff and some chips. And then they would hand me a plate with their gloved hands. And I'd be like, this is perfect. I was not touching anything else. If I wanted fruit, I'm like, ma'am with the gloves on, can you hand me a banana, please? Thank you so much. I would not touch anything else. I couldn't bring myself to do it. Ma, you're in here. For some reason, you have no qualms about touching those tongs and everything else. Because think of it, people, think of it. People don't wash their hands. We know people don't wash their hands. We know people like to pick their nose. If you ever sit in traffic and look over at the car next to you, there's people who don't tint their windows. Weirdos. They sit there and they're just like digging for gold sometimes, or just doing really gross random things in their car. Those are the same people on the cruise ship. Just so you know, the person digging in their nose in their car is the same one who got on the cruise ship, didn't wash his hands, and then went straight to the buffet to pick up a tong and get some fried chicken or something. And then I got to go in there and pick it up. And now my hand has your booger on it and I can't do it. I cannot do it. I don't know why. I touch doorknobs. And I pick up stuff on the shelves at, Walmart, Target, Publix, wherever, and I have no problem. But for some reason, a buffet, I can't do it. You guys ever go, because I saw it happen here too. The buffets have those little glass shields over the top, right? Where you're not supposed to lean over or whatever. And do you know how many people like to go under those things to reach for the back of something? Y'all, I have long hair. Think about it this way. What I want is in the back. If my dumbass puts my head underneath the thing, my hair just dangling all in your food to get to the back, the next thing you pick up is gonna have this in it. That's disgusting. Just so we're all fully aware. That's so gross. But then the same people will go to Chipotle, and they got the little thing. And instead of standing there and going, I'll take that, they go, yeah, I want that. Or like they go over the things and point, and I'm like, your spit is now, y'all, see, so many reasons I can't do this cruise thing again. One, this thing is gross. But two, after seeing how many people would literally get out of the pool and just be, and then go into the buffet and then touch everything. I can't do it. Marvin, bourbon is a wonderful disinfectant, just saying. Listen, I agree, but that's also probably why those drink packages are such a good idea. Listen, $300 a day though to drink as much as you want per person is stupid. One, their drinks aren't that strong. Two, it's definitely not worth it. But $300, not a day, per person for the whole trip. That's what it was. $300 per person for the whole trip. We said, hell to the no. I'm not wasting that kind of money. That's not going to happen. But if you're drinking enough, I'm guessing you're not thinking about the fact that like pool pee is being scattered everywhere and dirty little hands are all over everything. So wear gloves at a buffet. Susan, yes. Okay. Wear gloves at a buffet. But then look, here's the thing, Susan, think about it. Cause this is what my brain does. You have your gloves on so that you can touch the tongs. Well, are you taking your gloves off to pick up your plate and then move to the next one and then put a new glove on to touch that tong and then throw that one away and then touch your plate? Like, how many gloves do we need for this? Hand sanitizer at the table. Ma, I never saw you use hand sanitizer at the table. I'm just saying, you went up to the buffet, you touched all the tongs, you came back, you picked up your chicken and you ate your chicken, and I didn't see you use hand sanitizer. I'm just saying, if you had the runs, I was gonna blame it on the pool pee, just so we're all fully aware. It wasn't gonna be the food, it was the pool pee. So there's that. Let's see. Worked at a restaurant with a buffet. It's disgusting. Yes, I know. I used to listen. I'll still go out to restaurants even though I've worked at a couple of them in my life. I don't know why I still go to restaurants, but I do. Those are those days where I'm like, don't think about it. Just go in, order your food, sit down, eat, shut up, and go. You're fine. Don't think about it. You'll be perfectly fine. Nene had, and yes, I did. Ma, no, you did not. Not every single time you did not use hand sanitizer. I'm calling you out. You did not. A lot of times you did, but lick your gloves before you touch your plate. Yeah, that's exactly how you should do it. Listen, I do believe in, you got to get the germs to make sure that you can withstand the germs. Like during the whole C-19 thing, I hated the mask because I'm like, the people who wore them the most are the first ones to get sick the second they take them off, because you're like destroying your immune system, right? So I feel like I can go to these buffets and touch all these things and be perfectly fine and not get sick. That's not the point though. That wasn't the point. The point was, I know you got pee on your hand and I know you touched that thing. Like that's all I got to say. It wasn't even a, I don't want to get sick. It was a, I know what you did, boo boo. And that's gross. That kind of thing. So that's all I want to say. I'm in Canton, Georgia. Oh yeah, we're going back to Georgia in a couple days because we don't know how to stay put anywhere. We're going back to Georgia in a couple days. We get a couple days, just me and the man, because my lovely mother is gonna take the kid and the dog so that the man and I can have a couple days to ourselves. Because you know what you can't do on a cruise ship when your child's sleeping in a bunk right above you? You know what you can't do. And it's summertime. You know what else you can't do when it's summertime? So we're going to go do some stuff because the kid's not going to be with us and I'm excited. TMI, don't really care. I'm really excited about that. So there is that. You guys, is everybody doing well? Is everybody having fun? Oh, so the other thing I was going to tell you, that's what it is. So the Carnival cruise ship, we were on Carnival Paradise, which I think is probably one of their oldest boats ever. Like it was really nice, but I still don't love cruise ships. I don't see the draw. I don't see the draw to it. Now, if you are, maybe if it had been just the man and I, it might have been different, but I don't think so because there's not really anything to do. There's not really anything to do unless you want to go swim in the pee pool and hang out with the people, or you want to just sit around and literally stuff your face all day or drink the whole time. There's nothing to do. We wanted to go play bingo, but you had to pay to play bingo. The hell? So we did like the trivia things and those are fun. I mean, we didn't win any of them. We don't know that much, but the trivia things were fun, but literally everything else costs money. There was nothing really else to do that the whole family would want to do that we could take the kid to. Like they had a comedian sometimes, but we went into one of them and he was telling a joke and I was like, this isn't, I can't, it's not funny. I got to go. So we had to leave because it wasn't funny. You can't have a non-funny comedian. It doesn't make sense. Wait, I lost the thing. Somebody just said, I've never had, where'd it go? Hold on. I've never had any desire to get on a petri dish called a cruise ship. Basically, you know the worst part, y'all, if you watch the video that's on SquirrelTribe Life where we were literally packed in like sardines because they would not let us go down the stairs, literally jammed all together. My first thought was, this would not have worked out well just 2 years ago. This wouldn't have worked. How do you social distance in a sardine package? Like you can't do any of that. And people had no problem getting all up in your face, in your space. Like my butt was grazed way too many times. Like, could you just back off for like half a second, please? We're all going to the same place. Pushing isn't going to get you there any faster. It might get you punched, but it won't get you there any faster. You know what I'm saying? So Marvin said hot tubs are just as gross. Ridiculously gross. Ridiculously gross. We learned, the man and I learned when we went to Cancun probably like a decade ago, maybe more than that. He and I went our first out of the country thing. We went to Cancun. We stayed at this place called Solaris. I think that's right. I don't think he's in here. No, he's not in. It's Solaris, I think. And it had just opened up and it was really nice. And they were giving drinks like nobody's business. And the pool was gorgeous and everything was really, really nice. And they had like a swim up bar. Okay. And I was like, we should go get drinks at the swim up bar. But we didn't. We sat there in our chairs for probably like an hour. And we noticed that nobody ever left the swim up bar. They sat on the seats and they kept drinking and drinking and drinking, but they never went anywhere. And I'm like, a bladder can only hold so much before it can no longer hold so much. what's happening? And then I realized, oh, it's very, very warm around the swim up bar. We're not going over there. Unless you are the first person at the swim up bar and you get your seat and you're willing to stand on it so none of you touches the actual water, don't go to a swim up bar. No, it's really gross. And then some things that I've seen in hot tubs from the balconies of hotels that the man and I have been on and just watching people. Those bubbles hide a lot of things that people leave behind in hot tubs. I'm just saying, don't do it. It's really gross. It is so incredibly gross. If you get home after being on vacation in a hot tub and you wonder how you got pregnant when you didn't have sex, it was the hot tub. There's some gross things left behind in a hot tub, just so we're all fully aware. I don't know if that's how that works. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. I'm just saying, don't get in a hot tub. It's really gross. So, Aura got it right. You can say it. I'm not going to say it, but that's right. Baby butter. I'm going to say it because it's funny. Yeah, Maria R. I have never, Norella, ever get in a hot tub. Just turn your tub on as hot as humanly possible. And when you get in there, just fart a lot and it'll make its own bubbles. It's basically the same thing. Much cheaper too. Just so you know. So, y'all, I've missed you immensely. Just so we're all fully aware, I've missed you guys immensely. Like the last week and a half, I have been off my YouTube game, if you will, because I've been more focused on family and hanging out and whatevering and less focused on YouTube because sometimes you just need to step back, especially because we do have a lot going on YouTube. Like my main channel, this one, we've got SquirrelTribe Life. I do videos with my husband on his channel, Kevin, all caps. And then we have Patreon also where we have like the face-to-face conversations with the people in there, which is a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you guys what I do. So I think I've told you this before, but based off of your names and how you talk, I generally put in my mind an image of what you look like. Marvin was one of the first ones I did that for. And then I saw Marvin for the first time in a picture and I was like, it's not what I expected at all. I did not know that's what Marvin looked like. And then so meeting Kim and Jamie and Wendy on the live stream over on Patreon yesterday, putting faces with the names, I was like, huh. So now when I see the names over here, I can picture and I absolutely love it. And for those of you who have DM'd me on Instagram and stuff, like when you buy the SquirrelTribe gear and we're all rocking SquirrelTribe and you send me the pictures and I get to see you that way, that's just cool as shit. I'm not gonna lie, it's super cool. So, Julie says, I love conversations with you and Kevin. I like hanging out with him and talking to him. It's the weirdest thing. Like, when you truly enjoy your spouse, like, doesn't that sound weird? Like when you truly enjoy your spouse, like when you just want to talk to them all the time. I know that sounds weird because there's people out there who are like, man, till death do us part, that death couldn't get here any faster. Like there are people out there like that who would rather stare at the wall or eat cat litter than talk to their spouse. And I'm like, that's so weird to me. It's so weird because I absolutely love it. And what's even better is when we don't agree and I get a little bitchy and he gets a little huffy and then we like butt heads about it. And then I'll be like, I'm hungry. And he's like, I figured that's what it was. I'll feed you and then you'll be fine. And I'm like, there you go. And it's perfect. So farting in a tub is called a bubble bath. If you get two people farting in there, then it's a hot tub. How about that? We'll do it like that. Eat cat litter. Yeah, no, I don't know why that came out my mouth, but it was just thought. I don't know. Anyway, y'all, I have missed you guys though, just so you know. I'm gonna make a regular video tomorrow for SquirrelTribe 2.0 so I can show you what's in that bag. Just so you know, I'm gonna show you what's in that bag. I'm not gonna tell you about it today. I'm gonna make a video about it tomorrow because it's gonna take some work. I'm trying to decide if I want to do the thing on camera with it. That's all I'm going to say. You'll have to guess. Well, I mean, don't guess too hard. It's kind of weird. Anyway, watch the video tomorrow. You'll see what I'm talking about. But y'all, I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. We had breakfast this morning. I made breakfast for the man and I warmed up my leftovers from yesterday's breakfast. And then as soon as I was done eating and I had already washed all the dishes, then the kid goes, I'm hungry. And I was like, So then I cooked again. Then I washed more dishes. And then she made some little dessert thingy. So then I washed more dishes. And then but somehow I still have dishes in my sink. I don't know. I've washed dishes 4 frickin' times today and they're still here. It's like Mary Poppins sink. Like it's just never ending dishes. And I still have to cook dinner. But I think I want to go outside and grill. I bought chicken. I am not pregnant. Deborah, soap in your mouth immediately. I am not pregnant. Remember what I said we could not do on the cruise, and because there was a child literally sleeping right above us, like she would reach down and like smack me in the head because she was like that close to us. I'm not pregnant. Not even possible. Slightly pissed that it's not even possible, but I don't want to be pregnant either. So there's that. Y'all take that juju out. Get rid of it. Take it away. No, not happening. So dragons, not yet. Soap for you too. Both of you soap. Anybody who even thought it, just soap immediately. All right, listen, I'm gonna let you guys go because I gotta cook. I gotta cut up some chicken and then season some chicken and then take it down to the grill and try to not make it taste like rubber. So that's the other thing, totally off topic, but I keep buying chicken from different places to see which one tastes better and which one doesn't give the man a headache. So the one I got from Publix is the only one that hasn't bothered him. Hey, Zach, what's up? Thank you. You know you don't have to do that, Zach. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm going to take it, but you don't have to do that. But how was y'all's trip? It was really good. The trip itself was really good. I enjoyed immensely hanging out with my mom and my mother-in-law and the kid and the man and myself. And now we're going back to Georgia in a couple of days to see my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, and nephew. And then the man and I are saying, screw everybody, let us have some space. And we're going to go hang out, just the two of us, for a little bit because yeah, you have to. You just have to. In order to keep a marriage going and keep it strong and whatever, you got to make time for you and your spouse. You have to be husband and wife. You cannot always just be mom and dad or son, daughter, or brother or what, you know what I mean? So we're going to go have some husband-wife time. There'll be no pregnancy, just putting that out there real quick. But that's what we're going to do. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited about that. But we're going to actually go do a lot of things outside the bedroom. We're going to do like real things that we can show you guys because, listen, hold on. Woosah. We're going to go do a lot of things in Atlanta and surrounding areas next week that we will be recording to put on Squirrel Tribe Life. And I will show you guys stuff too, because we're going to hit up some like museum thingies and some houses. And we're just going to go look at stuff and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I love you all immensely, but I'm going to hang up now. This is one of those things where you go, no, you first. No, you first. No, it's going to be me. I'll do it for everybody. It's much easier that way. So I love you all. Have a fabulous rest of your Monday, my dudes. Thank you for being here with me. I truly appreciate the crap out of every single one of you, except for the person that I hid from the channel. You annoyed me. But everybody else, I love immensely. And I will see you guys again later. And we will have our Mimosa Monday next Monday, but it'll probably be the man and I. So you'll get both of us. And I'll probably burp because he doesn't know how to not burp anymore. But anyway, I love you all. Have a good rest of your Monday. Bye, dudes. Adios, muchachos.